Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Country singer Craig Morgan thrilled Trump administration is bringing back pride in our nation. Country singer Craig Morgan believes that President Donald Trump's administration has already brought about a surge of patriotism in America. During an interview with Fox News Digital, the 60-year-old musician, who is embarking on a tour with Blake Shelton and releasing his new EP American Soundtrack, expressed his excitement over the many swift policy moves that Trump has made in the weeks after starting his second term. Morgan also shared his thoughts on the impact that the new administration is having on Americans, including members of the military. "I'm already seeing the changes that I'd love to see," he said. "I think the biggest thing is the pride in our nation. And the pride that the men and women of our military have and should be able to display," he continued. "They should be proud of their service to their country." Craig Morgan says military service is more natural to him to country music stardom. "It's in my DNA." Morgan, who has had a long career in the United States Army, told Fox News Digital that he believed that morale among soldiers has been boosted by the new administration. "When I was going through basic training, our motto was literally, 'Be proud.' And I've always said this, and I believe this to this day," he said. "And I feel like we're getting this back. That sense of pride, well balanced with a sense of humility. It's the only occupation in the world where pride and humility are so perfectly balanced. But we should be proud of our country. We should be proud of it. That's what I love about Sunday." Hitmaker shared his optimism about the state of the economy and national security under Trump. "Economically, everything that's going on in our nation right now, it's good," Morgan said. He continued, "It's not to say that we're not going to have hurdles. It's going to be difficult. It always has been and always will be. But I think the biggest thing is confidence in our stability, both financially and security as a nation. If we are not a secure nation, all of the other things don't matter. So it's important that we maintain a sense of security as a nation," he added. "And I feel like we're seeing those things come around." Morgan's Army service began in 1989 when he enlisted. He was deployed to Panama as a part of Operation Just Cause, a U.S. mission that ended with the surrender of the Central American country's dictator, General Manuel Noriega. He also served with 82nd 101st Airborne Divisions during his 2 deployments to Iraq during the Gulf War. After 10 years of active service, Morgan joined the Army Reserve as his music career began to take off. The singer-songwriter continued to serve in the reserves for another 7.5 years until he decided to commit himself entirely to music. Watch. Country singer Craig Morgan shares 2 most impactful moments in his military career. During his time in the military, Morgan served as a staff sergeant and fire support specialist. He has airborne, air assault and rappel master certifications. Country star Craig Morgan thanks police for quick action during Texas State Fair shooting. Even after he left the armed forces, Morgan always felt a calling to help people in need. In 2017, he traveled to Thailand with the non-profit organization Exodus Road to rescue children from human trafficking. Morgan has also worked with the USO and has earned the Army's Outstanding Civilian Service Medal and the USO Merit Award. While reflecting on his military career, Morgan recalled the 2 experiences that stood out to him the most over his 2 decades of service. "No question for me," he told Fox News Digital. "Panama, 1989. He continued, "My very first single on country radio was a song called Paradise, talking about my time serving in Panama. And as I reflect on my life, that was a very, very impacting time. And because it was my first my introduction to a conflict of such that everything after that conflict, even including any time in Afghanistan or Iraq or any place we ever went or I went, that was the one. That was the one memory. That era, that time when I was serving with those people that I knew, my first platoon. To this day, we're still in contact and very dear friends. A lot of that is thanks to the influx of social media. But because of Facebook and Instagram and TikTok now, being able to stay in touch with those guys. That one really does stand out," he added. "Secondly, was my re-enlistment back into the Army after I left the Army and kind of semi-separated the 2 lives that at one point were married. My military and my music, I was doing both at the same time." In July 2023, Morgan decided to re-enlist in the Army Reserve at the age of 59. He was sworn in again to the Army Reserve on stage at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, in front of a sold-out